Hi guys, today I'm excited to give you my first impressions of a unique product that has recently finally become available in the Philippines through a local distributor. This is Rocketbook. Rocketbook is a line of endlessly reusable smart notebooks. With Rocketbook, you can write like you would with a paper notebook using readily available Pilot Frixion pens, then scan the pages into an app, store and organize them in the cloud, and then easily erase everything with a damp cloth and use the notebook fresh all over again. What I have here is the Rocketbook Core model in Scarlet Sky color in the smaller 6x9-inch executive size with 36 pages, but it's also available in a larger letter size with 32 pages. It's available in dot grid or lined, and what I have here is the lined version. So the question is, why use a reusable notebook? Well, there are many reasons to, but the local distributor Atlas Commune is a company that curates products that improve our lives without creating more harm to our home planet. Their long-term vision is partially inspired by the outdoor apparel company Patagonia, and they want to be a hub that supports Filipino adventurers, journalists, creatives, sustainability buffs, and the like. They sent me this product so I could give you some of my thoughts on it and share some basic pointers on how to use it. In that regard, a reusable notebook would seem like the perfect solution for those who want to retain the traditional pen and paper experience while minimizing their paper use, their impact on the environment, and having an easy way to scan their pages for long-term storage. So, how well does this work? I'm excited to find out. I've used premium notebooks and EasyFlow pen refills for the past few years, and I've really enjoyed the writing experience and how it contributes to my creative and learning endeavors. However, with this setup, I run into the problem of long-term storage and searchability. How in the world do I find the specific thing I wrote? Scanning them is no easy task and so tedious that I don't even bother. Trying to solve that problem, I tried using the Apple Pencil in Apple's Notes app. Unfortunately, my terrible handwriting is even worse on the slippery screen, and saving handwritten notes as one continuously scrolling block of text that you can't view properly outside of the original device you wrote it on just doesn't work for me. Now, unlike many YouTubers who've done videos on the Rocketbook, I'm not hardcore about any of this: notebooks, pens, digital organization, even productivity. My goals are relatively simple, which is just to have a nice paper writing experience while having a seamless way to digitize my notes and maybe make them searchable. The Rocketbook promises to do all of that along with being the last notebook I'll ever need. So the purpose of this initial review is to see whether it delivers on those promises, and it's up to you to dig deeper into more advanced use cases. So let's see how it goes, step by step. First, you write with any of Pilot's commercially available Frixion pens. These pens are actually erasable with any paper using friction from its eraser. What makes the Rocketbook different is just how easy it is to erase. But first, when writing, you need 15 seconds for the ink to bond to the page to prevent smudging. To erase, no need to rub off the ink. Just use a damp cloth and wipe. When you're done with a notebook, or even just a single page, you use the Rocketbook smartphone app to scan the pages. The pages lie flat and have a QR code, I assume for accurate scanning, along with a user-assignable series of symbols that tell the app where to send your scans. I've assigned these destinations in the app prior to scanning. You can even set it up to auto-send to the destination instead of choosing after every scan. I can already imagine how useful this would be for students, especially those who love digital organization. As for me, what I'm really interested in is just using the bundle scan feature to easily scan the entire notebook in one go into one PDF into Google Drive. Then when I'm done, I can erase the pages and I have a fresh notebook all over again with all my previous pages safely stored in the cloud. Along with all of that, it's even got OCR handwriting recognition that enables you to make smart titles to auto-name your scans and even send a full transcription via email, which makes your notes very easy to search in the future for keywords. The feature works, but I'd probably need to do a ton of corrections with long blocks of text. Just a word of warning, Frixion pen ink, whether in normal notebooks or Rocketbooks, is known to disappear at 60 degrees Celsius, so never ever leave them in a hot car. But the instructions say that if it does happen to you, just pop the notebook in the freezer for 20 minutes and the ink should reappear. But I'd rather not take that chance. So in the course of shooting this footage, I've been able to get my initial impressions, and the first thing I want to talk about is the writing experience. So when you touch this paper, it actually feels really smooth and synthetic. So initially, I had my doubts about how authentic the writing experience would feel compared to conventional pen and paper, but actually it feels pretty good. It's actually very smooth, very easy, maybe a little bit too smooth that it's almost slippery. But overall, I think for what it is, the writing experience feels great. I think I just have to get used to how long it takes for the ink to bond, because if you just immediately turn the page the way you would with a normal notebook, it basically stamps itself onto the previous page. So for me, it wouldn't be good for like fast multi-page use like I do when I'm journaling, or maybe for uses like that, I'd really recommend a larger version where you don't need to turn pages as much, or else you'll just be like stopping writing and waiting 15 seconds before you can turn the page. In terms of reuse, scanning with your phone is fast and easy and yields great distortion-free results. Erasing is also quick and easy, but you will need to make an extra effort to have completely clean new pages. And if you're doing the entire notebook, then it will still take a while to erase everything. So it does take a bit of work. So overall, I think the Rocketbook is pretty cool and it delivers exactly on what it promises. And for that reason, I can recommend it. So this executive version and their planner, called the Panda Planner, they go for 2,100 pesos, and the larger letter size goes for 2,200 pesos. So for perspective, that's about more than twice what you'd pay for a premium notebook of a similar size. So in the end, it boils down to how much you really want that true pen and paper experience versus something that's pretty close to pen and paper and offers all these digital advantages. So on that note too, one thing you need to know about this is that you're not meant to keep your writing here forever. The instructions explicitly state that if you're not going to use it for a month or more, that you should erase everything so as not to leave any residue, which means that you're basically forced to scan everything and erase, meaning this is just sort of like an analog halfway house for notes that are meant to be digital in the end, which is kind of the point, isn't it? Let's admit that there's some impractical charm and romance to storing piles of notebooks and having your physical handwritten notes live on beyond you. And if you really like that, which honestly I kinda do, then that's the sacrifice you make for the practicality and best of both worlds promise of Rocketbook. In the end, Rocketbook occupies a clear space as a tool to let you take handwritten notes and efficiently and easily store them into long-term, searchable digital files while minimizing your ecological footprint in the process. So for that reason, definitely give it a try. So just message Atlas Commune on Facebook or Instagram to get your Rocketbook in the Philippines. Thank you for watching. I really hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.